Hello World Civilization students and WAPTers. In this video, I'm going to go over what I want you to do to create your digital notebooks. Now I'm doing this for two reasons. The first reason is to help you. Organization can make a fairly big difference in a grade when it comes to making sure that you can find the things that you need and that you can complete the assignments you need to complete. So that's one big thing. And the other one is for me. I like to be able to check in, especially if you or your parents have concerns about how you're doing in the course. I like to be able to see what you're doing and how you're doing it and seeing if I can make any suggestions. Also, this will be a way that we turn in some of our assignments. So I'll be able to grade it, or I'll be able to look at or go pull it out of your digital notebooks. We're going to create these by going into our Google Drive. So I want you to go ahead and log into Google Drive, either by logging in through your school email or going to drive.google.com and logging in with your school email address. And once you do that, you should arrive at something that looks like this. So here is my Google Drive, and I'm in a separate folder just to make this a little bit more simple for you. And so what I want you to do is create a new folder. And what you will do is go to New and Folder, and then you'll name this folder. And I want you to name it a very specific way. I want you to name it first with your class period. And the only way I want you to do this is just to put the number. So if you're in first period, you put 1, second period 2, third period 3, etc. So I'm going to do this for first period. I'm going to put space there. That space is important because it'll help me organize your digital notebooks better. Then I want you to put your last name, comma, your first name. And this will help it sort very easily for me. A space, a dash and a space, and then you'll put either WC for World Civilizations or WAP for World History AP, Digital Notebook. And when you do that, you'll create it and it will create a folder. I will be able to then organize it into my AP World History or my World Civilizations folders. And this is kind of how it looked last year. I had it divided by class and then by student. And that made it really easy for me to look at your work. Now, what are we going to put in this folder? Let me show you exactly. I'm going to use an old sample one that I created last year. In this folder, you will have many different things. For example, your notes or vocabulary or a notes template if you're in World Civilizations, as well as assignments. So let me show you how this will look. For example, if I preview this, I have notes from Unit 1 from a sample assignment we did last year. Or vocabulary, simply 2 columns here for the words and the definitions for each unit. You might have assignments in here. For example, that's not a good example. For example, the caste system in India, and you can look and see the assignment that I was working on as a sample last year. You might have readings with primary sources and questions that we did together as a class, which might go into your digital notebook. If you are in World History AP, you will answer some of those questions electronically for me to check. And if you are in World Civilizations, the PLP will automatically create copies of assignments for you. And so you can just put them into your digital notebook for safekeeping, of course. So we've created a digital notebook. Then what we want to do is we go into it and you can further organize it. For example, you might create organization based on units. And so you can create folders within your digital notebook for each of the units. You might, for example, in Unit 1, then create your notes document. And you would just go to create a document, and then you can start working in it. Unit 1 notes, right? And you can make that as fancy or as not so fancy as you would like to make it. But once you have created your digital notebook, I want you to share it with me. And so this is where it might get tricky. All right, so click on your folder. Highlight it in blue and go up here, and there's a little man with a plus sign here. Just hit plus and you're going to be able to share it with others. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to type in my email address, PLASSETER at rthighschool.org. And it should basically populate that for you since I've emailed you, but make sure that you get that email address correct. And I want you to allow me to edit this folder. And here's why I want you to let me edit it. That way I can go in and make comments on things for you. I'm not going to change anything in your folder. I might work with you and help you organize it a little bit better if you ask me to. So don't worry about me going in and changing anything or messing anything up. But simply just give me editing privileges. And then hit send. And it will send me an email saying that has been shared with one person. And that way I can go in to your digital notebook. And you hear my phone right there getting the email. So that's what I ask you to do with this. This is one of your assignments, so make sure you get it done. If you don't, well, then you got a 0 on this assignment. From there, we will work on organizing it further. But if you would like to see some examples of students organizing their folders last year, just let me know, and I will share that with you. And that's how we create our digital notebooks. All right, guys, that's it, and have a wonderful night.